Okay, welcome back to Jibber Jabbin'. I'm Travis.
Oh, I'm Sophie.
I'm Jen from afar.
Jen from afar. Jen's actually not here with us in the studio. She's
passed on.
Yeah, no, she's
I'm speaking to you from beyond the grave.
Yeah, she's at her house. We're at our house, and we are just gonna record like this for the time being because of good old COVID-19. So Sophie's kind of in Jen's spot right now.
Upgrade.
So hopefully you can hear her better, but now Jen's gonna be a little tinny sounding because I've got it rigged up so that there's like this speaker, and I was gonna like find some sort of way to record through a different program so I could get Jen's voice, but I think it's just picking up fine on like through the speaker into the microphone. Hopefully.
No idea. I can only hear it through Discord.
Yeah, I think it should be fine. So COVID-19. Did you have any points you wanted to talk about, Jen?
Well, what is it for the viewers who don't know?
It's that virus that's keeping you in your house.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like it's really topical, so we should talk about it.
Right.
We love that word.
Okay, well, I can say, so last week I put out an episode that was older than the one I put out the week before. So we put, Making a Staircase King out, which would have been the last podcast we recorded. And since then, everything's kind of gone even more to shit. And now we're not really supposed to be hanging out with each other, which is why we're recording like this. But a topic we could talk about something we could touch on is that Joe Exotic contracted COVID-19 in prison, which I think is pretty interesting. I mean, like, he hits all the memes at this point, I think.
Yeah, that's like when worlds collide.
Yeah.
You've got him in the news and COVID in the news at the same time. Did you guys watch the new episode that dropped up on the weekend?
No, I was just going to ask because I hadn't checked Netflix in over a week.
Were there new episodes?
Just one, I think.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. None of us know.
I haven't watched it, but I heard that a new episode dropped, and someone said that it was they wanted an hour of their life back.
Oh, really? Was it that bad?
I don't think they interview any of the big players.
No.
Ugh, who cares?
Okay. Then? Well, that
kind of sounds like, so they saw how popular it was on Netflix, and they're like, what's something we can put out real quick and get some views on, right? And maybe they collected like footage they hadn't used in the documentary or something like that, and they were like, let's just put that out, right?
Yeah, I think that's pretty much what happened.
Yeah. Well, that's disappointing.
Yeah, that's super lame. Way to go, Jeff, Kyle's dad, monster guy, for promoting
Vodka
that.
Red Bull.
Vodka Red Bull.
He will forever be known as Vodka Red Bull.
Well, it's funny, like, the more I, talked about it with you guys, like, the Tiger King stuff and about Carol Baskin, like, the more, articles and stuff I've been seeing about, how the documentary did her dirty, basically.
Right.
Which is proof positive that your phone is 100% listening to you.
Oh, yeah.
Times.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because you always get advertisements of, things that you talk about. Facebook is definitely listening.
Yeah.
Do you think it's like other apps, or do you think it's just Facebook that listens?
No, I think it's a bunch of them.
Yeah, like Instagram and all that?
Well, Instagram's owned by Facebook.
Yeah. Is that recent?
Not really.
Within the past couple of years.
Okay.
So I don't actually think that all these things are really listening to you as much as people say. Because, I only find this, I only see ads and stuff when I've been searching, on my phone in other apps. So, if I've been searching for something I want to buy in Safari, then I see that ad, right away in Facebook and Instagram and stuff. And I'm like, well, that makes sense. And, I don't really care about that. But I've never seen something come up that I've only just been talking about.
I don't know.
I have. And it's kind of it's really creepy. I'll just tell you what happened.
Okay.
So I was in Iceland with Devin, and my phone was on airplane mode, obviously, because, that would have been expensive if it wasn't. and we were in the car talking about her work, and there's a company that she works with that works with this type of material that's for like winter jackets and stuff like that.
Right.
And they're trying to take over the market. I won't get into too much detail. It's not really relevant. But we got to the hostel, and as soon as we went to the hospital, first thing I did, what's the Wi-Fi password so I can tell my mom and my boyfriend that we arrived at the town safely. And anyway, we talked about it like 2 hours before we got on the Wi-Fi. And we're sitting in our room, and I'm scrolling through Facebook, and an ad pops up for like the company that she was talking about.
Right. Jesus. Yeah, that's pretty specific and creepy.
I feel like I don't know, if that was me, I'd be like, oh, well, that's a coincidence, because Facebook knew I was going to Iceland from photos I've been posting, and it's also
it wasn't
a winter company, right?
It wasn't about Iceland. Yeah, it was about, they were talking about this company.
But you see the connection, right? Where I'm getting at, right? If they make winter coats or a material for winter gear.
But it wasn't for the coats, it was for the company itself.
Okay.
They don't manufacture jackets, they just manufacture
the material that goes into the jacket. Material. Okay. Alright then. That's kind of creepy.
Yeah. You can sit back.
But Beth is very confused as to what's happening right now. Wandering around the computer.
Yeah.
Where are those voices coming from?
Okay, so Sophie actually has an app on her phone that I'm about to download real quick. What's that walking thing?
It's just look up pedometer.
Pedometer?
Yeah.
So it tracks your steps, right? It's what we use when we go walking to let us know, because we don't have Fitbits, because we're not Fitbit people, I guess. I don't know.
We're not fancy like you, Jen.
Yeah. Is it just it's
literally just called pedometer.
It's called pedometer.
Yeah, pedometer plus.
So my point that I was going to get to for this was that it so it tracks your steps, but it also, like, when you download it, is it this one? Yeah, it's this one. When you download it, it has your steps from like a few days before, even though
you hadn't downloaded it yet.
You didn't own it yet.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I downloaded it, and it only shows like that week generally. Like, you'll have to scroll farther if you want to see it. And I downloaded it on like a Thursday, and it showed me my steps for Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday as well.
Yeah, so I have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, today.
And Travis just downloaded it, and he has the steps from the last week.
Yeah.
And they're accurate because I can see that they're similar to my steps, and we've been walking the same trails and stuff.
Yeah.
How is that possible?
I have no idea. But
I actually don't think it's that spooky. I just think, because you can hook our phones up to Apple Watches and stuff, so there's probably already something in the phone that's keeping track of that sort of thing.
Is it an Apple app?
I don't know.
It is. It must be. Because it just asked me if it could access my fitness. So is there is there some sort of fitness app that we have that I don't know about?
Yeah, there is. There's like a My Health or My Fitness thing. It's one of those things that automatically got added to your phone at some point. So okay. I think it might just be working through that.
It must be, yeah.
So I don't think it's that creepy.
Okay. Oh yeah, there's a health app right here.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, it's the heart one.
Right.
You can enter your information in that, and if you're got hit by a car on the side of the road, a paramedic can access it from the home screen and see what you're allergic to.
Oh, cool.
And who your emergency contact is.
That's neat. I'm really embarrassed at my steps in the last few days. Saturday, Sunday, we definitely hit the 10,000 and then some. But Tuesday, I got 9,000, which is pretty good, I guess. And then Wednesday, 2,000. Thursday, 2,000. Friday, 1,000. Today, 351 steps.
I mean, keep in mind, this is an app that tracks it on your phone, so you have to have your phone in your pocket, right?
Yeah.
It's not like Jen's Fitbit, which is always on her. Yeah. So it takes account of 100% of the steps she takes.
Yeah, I suppose.
Oh my god. Do you guys want to hear a funny story that's sort of
Yeah.
W.
Oh, I think I know what this is.
Okay, go.
I hope it's that story.
This happened to me on Saturday night.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Just happened.
What happened?
So my boyfriend and I were having sex,
Oh?
and oh my god, this is definitely like NSFW. So when I,
Right.
climaxed, as soon as I was climaxing, my Fitbit went off to celebrate that I took 10,000 steps at the exact same time.
Jesus.
So I started fucking power laughing. It was interesting.
That's great.
Also, why is it counting that as steps?
I guess
Well,
you
I must have been at like 9,990, something like that, and like my arm moved in a certain way.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
So I thought you were going to tell the story about how your Fitbit, like sometimes when you're having sex, it like keeps track of that as a workout, and it's like you burned, or like that you're running or something.
No, it's you're close. It's called an active minute, and it just means your heart rate is going higher than like your normal resting heart rate.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So I was like looking at my Fitbit information one night, and it was like at 2 a.m. My I was like 15 or 20 active minutes, and I was like, excuse me. I was like, that's not right. Like I was asleep, and what's happening here? And then I was like, oh wait a minute. We woke up and had sex all night.
You'd think Fitbit could sort of put something in there to distinguish between that and also what if somebody's having like a panic attack or an anxiety attack, right? Because that's not a workout.
Oh,
but
wow, you were really
active.
You're sitting there freaking out.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't register it as an exercise. It's just like an active minute. So like you could be. If I walked from here to the store, that would be an active minute, probably.
Okay.
Right.
Makes sense.
It would be like 5 active minutes. But it doesn't register as an exercise unless your heart goes a certain, like higher. I don't know.
Beats
like, it would have to be, like, pretty high and for an extended period of time, like over half an hour.
Right.
For it to register it as some sort of exercise.
I see. So...
That reminds me of the time, remember, when the phone was in the bed and it said, please don't text while driving?
Oh, yeah. Okay, so yeah, similar thing happened to us, and my phone thought that I was driving.
Where was your phone?
On the bed. So, back to COVID, so what have you been doing to keep yourself...
Sane.
So I'm still working, so it's not the same, like I'm still like actively leaving my home to work, I should say.
Right.
That feeling of normalcy, whereas people that are still working from home might feel very cooped up, or people that aren't working at all might just feel like, like this is a horrible black hole that we're never going to get out of.
Right.
But afterwards, so I said this to my boyfriend, like, I really do, or used to measure my days not by my work schedule, but rather by what I did after work.
Yeah.
So for Sophie and I, that was, sports 3 days a week. And then for me, like, after sports, it would, or, the days that we weren't playing sports, it would be going to the gym. Or, like, other stuff. I'm not just like a loser that just works and goes to the gym.
Right.
I don't know. I've been walking a lot. Like, I'll meet my boyfriend in his driveway, and he has 2 dogs, and we'll just walk for like 2 hours around his neighborhood. And I said this to him yesterday, actually. I was like, this is really therapeutic. It's become like therapy to me to come here and walk the dogs for 2 hours.
Yeah.
You just get a lot off your chest, and it's like it's exercise too, right?
Well, that's what I've been finding too. Like obviously before COVID, I was kind of lazy and just played video games all the time. But now that that's like a full-time job to me, whereas like I've been playing Animal Crossing as a full-time job pretty much the last couple weeks, and going on walks, like trying to get out every day for walks, we try to hit like at least like 2.5 kilometers out, 2.5 back. So we get that 5,000 kilometers, right? Which adds up to about 10,000
10,000 steps.
No,
5,000
10,000. Yeah, sorry, 10,000 steps.
I knew you that.
So, yeah, I found it's very like, for it's more of a mental thing for me than an exercise thing. Like it pulls me out of this space of like uncertainty and all the COVID-19, and like as much as I feel like we should be aware of everything that's going on with it, at the same time I'm just like it's literally anything anybody ever talks about, and I need to get out and go for a walk and be in nature and not hear literally every other word coronavirus or COVID-19, you know what I mean? Like it is like a big mental help to get out and walk, which brings me to another thing, that troll on Twitter. So in our town, we have all these like conservation areas that have trails that go through them and everything, and our like public health here, they were basically advertising, hey, go out, walk on these trails. It'll be great for you. It's healthy.
Maybe just clarify that public health here was encouraging people to go out for walks.
That's what I'm
and
saying.
Run outside.
Yeah.
But it was the Conservation Authority itself was heavily promoting, hey, look at this trail. It's this long. Look at this trail. Come for a visit. Blah, blah, blah.
Right. And then, so last Thursday or Wednesday or Thursday?
Yeah, last week sometime.
They just out of nowhere closed all of those trails and were like, this isn't safe to do, and people aren't practicing social distancing and blah, 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 which I'm sure there were a few groups of people who were meeting there who shouldn't have been and this and that, right? But going from like openly being like, yeah, come check out all our trails to like, we're closed the next day, you know what I mean? Like, and then people were obviously upset and complaining on Twitter about it to them, because that's where like they announced it as well. And there was that one girl, who was it? Was it you, Jen, who said something along the lines of like, this is bullshit. Like, how do you go from, promoting to taking it away just like that sort of thing? Was it your comment she commented on?
Well, she called Jen an asshole.
Yeah.
I can tell you exactly what she said.
Okay, yeah. So read out the...
Hey, as a plus, KFLA says still only 55 cases in the region and 44 are resolved.
Yeah.
So there's only
10 people
all I
confirmed.
said
active.
Was that they closed the provincial parks back when they declared the state of emergency, which I think is really counterproductive, because the provincial parks are literally in the middle of nowhere for the most part, and it's not like people are going to be hitting the beach anytime soon, right? Because it's cold and it's April.
Right.
So I just said, I used to hike and now I can't hike, so I went to the conservation areas for that mental health head cleary place, and now we can't go there either. And that is essentially what they're doing. Like, they're pushing more people closer together on sidewalks all around the city.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
And if the conservation authority saw people congregating in groups bigger than 5, then they should have ticketed them.
Yeah.
Why would you close down the whole place because one person, violated the rules? And this person on Twitter told me to stay the fuck home, and that was the point, asshole.
Right.
Of them closing the trail. I don't know.
What did she end it with? About people should die?
That was in another tweet. It was I like hiking and walking as much as the next person, but I'm not going to do it if they close the trails, which didn't make any sense because, now they're closed, so you can't go anyway, so I don't know what you're getting at there. And she's like, all these people are such assholes. I wish, when are they all just going to die off?
Yeah. Yeah, and, you're not wrong. So on March 18th, Cataraqui Conservation Authority posted something that said, yes, you can go for a run, with a link. And then on March 24th, they also posted, consider including going outdoors, either in your backyard or your local conservation areas. It's part of your daily routine. To-dos, don't forget to practice social distancing on all trails. And then on April, 10th or 9th or whatever, when it happened, they shut it down. And they really only shut it down because of one trail. And we all know that was Lemoyne's Point.
Yeah.
Because there's no fucking way that there were a bunch of people at Gould Lake. Like,
right.
Do you have any idea how far away that is from civilization?
We went on a couple trails, actually, like, that weren't Lemoyne's Point. And literally saw no one. Not a single person on these other trails. Yeah.
I know that I think there might have been two. So Lemoyne's Point is always busy, pandemic or no pandemic.
Right, because it's right there.
They can get busy. But again, just ticket people. If you see people disobeying the laws, or give them a warning and then ticket them.
So I don't think the people who work at the Conservation Authority saw any of this happening themselves. I think they're going off of reports that they got
bunch of Karens.
From Karens, yeah.
Because that was in their report, was people have been complaining. And who's the type of person to complain? Well, that's Karen. Of course she's complaining about it.
Yeah.
Sorry to listeners if your name is Karen out there.
Yeah, I apologize for your parents naming you Karen. That's an unfortunate circumstance.
Jesus.
Well, it is. I mean, you can't stop the Karen train, right?
So what's your opinion on people calling the cops, the non-emergency line, on other people if they are gathering in groups bigger than 5 or breaking the rules and stuff and having parties?
My thing on that, I mean, I suppose it is a good idea, I guess. But okay, so you see a family of 6 people, they can't help that they have 6 people in their family and they want to go for a walk, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, it doesn't apply to that.
There's a difference between, having your running group all go for a lovely jaunt down, when you're not supposed to be doing it. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I can kind of see where Karens are coming from, but at the same time, they really ruined it for everybody else.
I wasn't even really talking necessarily about on the trails. If
just
you
anywhere.
saw your neighbor having a bunch of people over.
I know it's the 5 more than 5 rule, but I couldn't see calling unless it was a bigger amount.
Yeah, if it was a group of
20.
15 people.
Yeah.
Then I don't know. I don't even think I would call in any circumstances. Personally, I don't think I would. Because I'm not congregating with these people. You know what I mean? I'm not meeting them. I'm not hanging out with them. If
but
they want to go
maybe
out,
they're going to the same grocery store that you are later, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I don't people should know better. Yeah.
So Sophie already knows this. I called on my neighbors.
Right.
But that's not why. So they were having a party, but I was and I hate my neighbors. I hate them a lot. They're loud and they abuse their dog.
Yeah.
But I didn't call. And then they had a fire in their backyard.
Oh, Jesus.
And all I could see was the embers going into the tree.
Right.
Above the fire and into my backyard.
Right.
And there is a province-wide fire ban on.
Yeah.
So I was
not to mention you're not allowed to have a fire pit in town. You're not allowed.
No. And I texted my cousin who was a firefighter and I said, what should I do? And she said, you have to call.
Yeah.
You have to call if you see it. So I did.
Yeah.
They didn't find them. They just showed up and told them to put it out.
That's hilarious.
So they showed up in a fire engine.
Yeah, yeah. So I've got a story. I might have told it before to you at least, but I don't think I've told it on the podcast, where my little sister, she used to have this place that was it was row houses, they were all attached.
It was in the ghetto.
Anyway, she lived there for a little while, and her neighbor was a crackhead, and crazy. And then, so each of them got like a backyard, but it was literally like 10 foot by 10 foot, like this tiny little cube of a backyard. And it was all they're all fenced in by wooden fences, right? And you can't really, like, it's hard to peer over to see into the next door neighbors.
You have to go to the second floor.
Yeah, you basically got to be upstairs to see into there. But, so my sister had put my nieces down for a nap, and then the stupid ass neighbor decided they'd have a fire in their little 10 foot by 10 foot backyard. And they built it pretty fucking big too, this fire. My niece's window was open, so we could smell smoke downstairs. And so obviously my sister went up to check and saw that there was this fire going on. And so yeah, we called, and they busted in their back fence door thing and just like stomped out the fire like right in front of them. Like, these people had to sit like literally less than a foot away from the fire. That's how small their backyard is. And yeah, I'm pretty sure they got fined.
They also had it right up against the fence.
Yeah.
Like, not in the middle of the 10 by 10 foot space.
It's just.
And I remember they heard the sirens coming, so they actually sort of put it out like a little bit, but it was smoking like crazy.
Yeah.
So, and then we all were watching from the second floor, and the girl was like, "That fucking bitch."
Yeah, she knew. She obviously knew it was us who called. And
I mean, I'm sure that they probably think that it was me, and they would be right in thinking that.
Yeah.
But it literally could have been anyone that lives around us could have seen it.
Yeah.
Like on the street and on the street that backs onto us.
Yeah.
In our backyard. So, like, it was massive. It was like a proper bonfire.
Yeah. Yeah, this was too.
Like, you don't have the space to be doing that.
Yeah. So imagine like your back deck being your only backyard.
Yeah.
And that was the space that they had. And there's even like. Sorry.
Didn't get fined because I would have heard them stomping around and flipping out about the fine if they were fined.
You think so?
Oh yeah, definitely. My cousin said that they don't usually fine them on the first offense, especially if they're not busy. Like, if there's nothing going on, really. Like,
do your neighbors own their house? Do you know?
No, I don't think so. I don't think there's any way that they do the way that they keep it. They don't mow their lawn. There's garbage everywhere. They built this fire pit on top of a concrete slab in their backyard.
Greasy.
Yeah. So.
Well, okay. So have you gotten up to anything else other than you're walking and you're working? I guess work takes up most of your day, right?
Yeah. I don't know. No. I've mostly just been working and then walking. I've been doing a lot of cooking, I guess, but I always cook. But I've noticed that a lot of people, like friends of ours, and you included, Travis, it's sort of like one of their outlets.
Right.
Is eating.
Not eating necessarily. Well, you're going to eat the food that you cook, I guess. But
yeah. Sophie doesn't think I know how to cook. So, there's that.
That's how I feel about my boyfriend.
Yeah. Well, it's very much not true. I mean, I got by just fine without her, like, before she was here.
Yeah, maybe we should go back to that.
I don't agree.
Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, I guess I've been cooking here and there. Baking too. Yeah. Made some brownies. I made that banana bread they had. I made latkes the one day. That was nice.
Nice.
Sophie made duck last night. We had a roast duck with like stuffing and cranberry sauce and vegetables. It was great. It was like a little Easter dinner. It was really good.
And a berry crumble.
Yeah, I saw the pictures. It looks really good.
Yeah, she made a berry crumble. I was going to make brownies again, but I'll get to it.
I'm in the middle of trying to use up all the carrots that I bought at Quattrochi's. I made carrot cake pancakes on Saturday morning, and they were really good. But that only used up one carrot. Because the carrots are literally like 2 inches around, or 2-inch circumference? Radius? Circumference.
Let's see.
I don't know. They're big.
Uh-huh.
They're big-ass carrots.
Nice. How about Sophie?
So.
Just like I literally do everything that you do.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. I'm still working too, but at home, so. I've been reading. I finished Lord of the Rings. I don't know what I think about that.
You didn't finish all of the Lord of the Rings.
No, I finished the first one. So
yeah,
the Fellowship of the Ring.
I've just read the first 2 Harry Potters.
I just finished a book today about Mary Queen of Scots and the murder of Lord Darnley.
Oh?
Very, very comprehensive and dense.
We used to watch a show about Mary Queen of Scots called Reign.
Yeah.
It was pretty good.
Yeah, I liked how they put, like, they just took pop songs from, like, the time that the show came out, like, 2010 and stuff, and they just made it instrumental and then played that in, like scenes where they're having feasts and balls and
yeah.
stuff.
That was really good.
I've never seen it. I'm sure that I would hate it.
You definitely would. It was
like the poor man's Game of Thrones.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
And it does the same thing, right? Where, oh no, actually, she had an English accent in this one, Mary Queen of Scots.
Yeah.
Which makes more sense than her having the Scottish accent, but not more sense than if she had a French accent, right?
Right, she should have had a French accent. They all should have.
Yeah.
But they were all, obviously, medieval times means English accents.
Yeah. They never do anything else, right?
No.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm sure that it's not accurate at all, and I would want to punch myself in the face.
Catherine de Medici was played by...
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember her name.
She used to play Anne.
She played Anne in their, like, original CBC.
Anne of Green Gables.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So that was fun.
Was she very powerful and conniving?
She was, yeah.
Oh, that's pretty accurate then.
Yeah.
I would say it was just as accurate as the movie that recently came out with Saoirse Ronan or whatever, and Margot Robbie. I'd say it was just as accurate as that. So, which was not accurate.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm almost finished reading The Outsider by Stephen King.
Yeah.
Which has been pretty good thus far. Although I'm pretty sure he's going to stick the landing when it comes to the ending, but
yeah,
we'll see. He
nice.
does that a lot.
Yeah, he really likes to fuck that up, huh?
Yeah, he does. He's also just like one Mexican character for some reason in the book, and it's just very cringy whenever he gives this character dialogue. Like, it's very stereotypical, and I hate it.
Oh,
he says essay all the time. Like, I don't know, essay. And I'm like, this isn't realistic. Like,
that's bad.
Like, he just peppers it in everywhere, and I'm like, ew. Like, it's gross.
It's like 90s movies whenever they had, like, a Mexican gangster in there. They call him Holmes and essay.
I don't like it.
No.
Other than that, it's fine, but every time this character gets dialogue, he says essay. And I'm just like, can you not do that, Stephen King? Like, you're a whitey white person from Maine.
Yeah. I'd like to start a new show. That'd be nice. I think we're out of the good shit on Netflix. Like, I feel like Sophie and I have watched all the good stuff.
Vikings is on Netflix.
Yeah.
It's really good. It's kind of Game of Thrones-y in a way. Like, it's got that feel to it.
Do you remember the show Norseman?
Yeah, I watched it.
Did they make any more than the first season?
What?
Did they only make one season of that?
No, I think there's 2.
Okay. Then that's on Netflix too, right?
Yeah. I watched that before I watched Vikings.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
It is hilarious.
Oh, I know what you're talking about, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys watch Ozark?
No.
Is
People
it
keep
good?
reminding me of that, though.
Yeah, no, that's definitely one of the best, if not the best show on Netflix, for sure.
Oh, yeah?
Okay, well, maybe that's the next one.
Should check it out.
Yeah, you'll plow through that in like 2 or 3 days. Definitely.
Yeah.
Like,
nice.
It's very bingeable, and it's very, like, you can't stop watching it. You're like, oh, crap, the episode ended. And you want to watch it.
Can you give us a gist of what it is?
Can I give you the gist of what Ozark is? So this, do you know Jason Bateman?
Yeah.
So basically, like, he's in business, like, he's in, like, the drug business and money laundering business, but he's, like, the average Joe.
Sophie's making a face.
I don't like Jason Bateman.
Why don't you like Jason Bateman?
He doesn't deserve my love.
He's great.
I don't know. I just don't like things I've seen.
So he's in the drug trade?
No, he's in the money launder aspect of it.
Oh.
But he goes from, like, the big city, like Chicago, to the Ozarks, which is in Missouri.
Right.
And he has to launder money for his boss there. But he had to bring his family along with him, and they didn't know that he was a money launderer.
Oh, okay.
And they, like, figure it out eventually. And I don't know. It's really good. It's got kind of like a Breaking Bad feel to it, but it's also very dark in a very, well, it takes place in the Ozarks, so it's very, like, down south, bog.
Right.
Boggy. I don't know if that makes sense.
Is it funny, though? Like, is it a comedy sort of deal? Like, dark comedy?
It's serious.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Huh. Because Jason Bateman's usually in, like, a comedy, right? So.
Yep.
I just figured it'd be, like, a funny...
Serious.
Oh, cool. Like, check it out.
I think that's why it works so well, because, like, you want to believe that he's a good person, but, like, the more things he does, you're just like, oh, man, this guy's a piece of shit.
Yeah. Well, I never finished Breaking Bad. I watched, like, part of the first season, and that's it. Maybe you could look at that, too.
Yeah, you should definitely watch Breaking Bad. And Better Call Saul.
Is it good?
I'll just do a bunch of my recommendations, and then you can give me yours. To the people that are listening at home, like, if you're like, oh, what's something I should watch during this?
Yeah.
So Ozark, definitely. What was the other one? I'm currently watching Veep, but you'd have to have Crave to be able to watch that.
Right.
And that's about, what's her name? Julia Louis-Dreyfus?
Yeah. She's the vice president.
She's the vice president, and she's incredibly unlikable. Like, she's a dink.
Yeah.
But it's just about, like, it's really funny, and it's kind of dark. In that way. If you haven't seen Schitt's Creek, you should 100% watch all of it in one sitting.
We haven't watched the last season, but we've watched everything else.
I haven't watched it either, because it's on CBC, but I'm just going to wait for it to go on Netflix.
Right, yeah. Us too.
Peaky Blinders, I really liked that one.
Okay.
So this is all Netflix Canada. Please Like Me is a 100% bingeable sitcom. The episodes are only like 28 minutes long. It's about a guy from Australia that gets dumped by his girlfriend because she says that he's gay, and he is gay. He realizes it.
Oh.
But it's just about his life. And there's only and you feel really shortchanged because there's only 6 episodes a season.
Oh, yeah.
So you could easily watch it in a weekend.
Nice.
But it's very, very good. It's very funny, but it's also quite heartfelt. It was one of my favorite shows, I think, ever. In terms of sitcoms.
Okay.
I don't know. I like Mindhunter, Fargo, the TV series.
Nice.
What are your guys' suggestions?
I have some.
You go ahead.
But people won't like, probably.
Why?
I don't know, because you don't like them.
What do you got?
Well, RuPaul's Drag Race. I feel like anybody could like that, because at first I was like, no, why am I gonna like that? I'm not gonna like that. But I feel like it's just pure entertainment.
Yeah.
So I feel
it.
And it's not serious, right? It's funny. So
yeah.
I feel like that's a good thing to binge watch right now.
Yeah. I like it, but it's like having, so you have one piece of chocolate cake, and that's great, and then you have another one and you're like, oh, that's too much. That's where I'm at. I can watch two episodes in a row, and then I'm just like, oh, I need a break.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah.
What?
And how I felt about Sex Education, because I like it so much that I was just like, oh, I can only watch one episode at a time because I wanted to savor it.
Right.
Oh, I watched that all in one night.
Yeah. So Sophie really liked that show. Yeah. I liked it too. But Sophie she watches things without me all the time. So.
You said you didn't care.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I lose interest easily. Okay, what else do you got?
Well, if you haven't watched it yet, I actually don't know where you would watch this, though. That's the problem, because I have it on DVD.
Okay.
But I would strongly suggest watching Roseanne.
Roseanne.
Yeah, and I know that's kind of bad because now she's
an awful person.
Now she's an awful person, but maybe she wasn't when she made
I
those.
know. She was probably always awful. It was just more acceptable in the 90s to be awful.
Is she as bad as Bill Cosby, though?
No. But anyway, okay, so Roseanne, if you can find it, I guess
I have
is
no
apparently
idea
a
where
good
you
show.
would watch that.
I never liked Roseanne.
Wow, that's wrong. So.
Even as a person, she was like super annoying to me as a kid. Her voice was like nails on a chalkboard.
I like that. I like that because I would also recommend Dance Moms, which I've been watching on YouTube, just clips of it.
That Abby Lee Miller. Her voice sounds like a quacking duck.
Yeah, I don't know. I like it. I love it.
She's also a really terrible person. She went to prison for a couple years there.
She only evaded taxes, though.
Yeah, well.
She didn't kill anybody.
Do you have any other?
What else do I love?
90 Day Fiancé.
Yeah, but that's on TLC.
Yeah.
So you'll have to watch that live. Sorry, folks.
Not live, but
live
on cable.
On cable.
Anything on Netflix or streaming service? I mean,
what did we watch recently? Not obviously Tiger King. There was something before that. No, that was Stranger Things, and people know to watch that.
Stranger Things, yeah, it was really good. We were super late on that bandwagon. We didn't start watching Stranger Things until I think I mentioned it in one of the previous episodes where we were at then, but that would have been like a month or two ago. We probably watched the whole thing in a couple days. Okay, so for me, you know what would be really awesome for people to watch and see? It was an HBO special, so it could be on Crave. I'm not 100% sure, but it was it wasn't a special, it was a show. But it was Flight of the Conchords. Did you ever watch that, Jen?
I watched some of it on YouTube. I think because it's HBO, it would be on Crave.
Yeah.
If it was on any platform.
That was
I've seen it on there, actually, maybe.
That is a good-ass show.
Like, their platform is not as user-friendly as Netflix.
No,
not at all.
I don't like it as much.
So definitely Flight of the Conchords if you haven't seen it, and if it is on Crave, I'm not sure, but I have the DVD box set of it. But
you can borrow it if you want.
Yeah, if you want to borrow it.
Podcast listeners.
Yes, no, Jen can borrow it. It's a great show. Also, I really liked that Westworld.
You didn't even finish that.
Because we got rid of Crave before I could
Yeah, but
finish
you
it.
had weeks to finish it, and you just didn't, so...
Well, it was really good.
I think you're a little phony.
I'm not phony. Yeah, no. That was a really good show.
I've heard that this first season was really good, but then there were the ball on the second season.
I heard... Well, I watched most of the second season, and it was really good. It was more sci-fi, obviously, than the first season. But then I've heard from a guy that I work with that the newest season, I'm not sure if it started or not, but it's supposed to be like it's got really good reviews again from critics and all that. So it's probably, I wish I could watch it again, but I heard the newest season is supposed to be really good.
Oh, I have one more for nostalgia purposes. But if you go on YouTube, you can find almost every single episode of Arthur that was ever made. So if you just want to revisit that. And also, I would say the first 4 to 5 seasons, there are some legitimately still funny things in there.
Yeah. Arthur.
Love Arthur. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Get high. Watch Arthur.
You'll fucking love it, yeah.
I'll think of one last one, and then we should. That's probably about it for today. Just give me a second. I'll have to cut out dead air. I don't know if you have Disney Plus, you can check out all the episodes of The Simpsons, which is something I've wanted to do.
I'm only willing to watch up to a certain point. That's the problem.
Yeah, I've been doing that too. I started at season 1, episode 1, and now I'm on 5 somewhere.
Yeah. Are you done with it after that?
So I used to be like, oh, season 1 and 2 are stupid, but everything from like season 3 to 11 is like gold. But having rewatched them, I'm wrong, because there's a lot of comedy gold in those first few episodes. Like, there's a lot of like nuclear power jokes, which for some reason are hilarious to me now as an adult.
Yeah. I'd like to rewatch.
My head as a kid.
I would rewatch up to like, I don't know, maybe 2002, 2003.
We should go back and watch that all.
But like certainly nothing after 2010.
Yeah.
Because like sometimes I'll accidentally click on an episode on TV and I'll think it's just like a good oldie, and then it's like some garbage from 2018 and you're like, oh, help.
Yeah, hell no.
Send help.
Yeah. I just like, there's a lot of stuff in the earlier seasons that's like, it's very like, you can tell what society did at the time. Like, there's a lot of bowling.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
That sort of pitters out as time goes on.
Because nobody bowls anymore.
A lot of like, baseball.
Yeah.
A lot of baseball. And they go to church all the fucking time.
Yeah.
Like, religion has a really big place in their lives, and it's like, it's also kind of funny.
Yeah.
That might be more of a reflection of the States culture, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that pitters out too, right? Like.
Yeah.
Well, okay. I think I think we'll call it at The Simpsons. I just want to say at the end here, before we get into Am I the Asshole? And this will give Jen time to look one up because I don't have one.
Hurry!
So, I just wanted to say that I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who has been listening. We've got a few people out there who are listening, which is great. It's awesome. I do want to mention too, though, that if you do really like what you're hearing and the episodes, and even if it's not particularly this one or you have a favorite episode, maybe share it with a friend who you think might also like it. Because the only way that we're going to grow is if other people are finding us and listening. We're doing our part on social media. So even if you want to share a social media link to somebody who you think might like our podcast, obviously we want that. So
water our seeds.
Yeah. So a big thank you to the people watching. You know who you are.
We love you.
And also it would be great if you went on Apple Podcasts or even Podbean. I am working towards Google Play and the other platforms, but if you want to go on there and leave a review and maybe comment or even comment on an episode, that would be awesome, and give us some feedback. Even if you have a question or if you have a suggestion of anything you'd want to hear or want to know about, the more interaction that we have with the community, the better.
Especially in difficult times like these.
Especially in times like these, yeah.
And then when it's all over, we come over and we'll give you all a hug.
Well, I can't promise that. But
I promise it.
That's what I was going to ask. So that's just an aside. What's the first thing you're going to do when this is all
over? The first thing I'm going to do?
Party. Big party.
No, not even.
Downtown. We'll go
eating.
downtown. We'll go to the Toucan and we'll go and eat. And then we're all gonna go to Stages and like the Grizz, not the Spot. Even no.
I'll go down to a restaurant and eat and invite everybody I know, and it'll be great.
Yeah, that's how I feel about that too.
Yeah, like I used to complain about like the Toucan and stuff and not liking it, but like I'd go anywhere. I'd go sit at a Pizza Hut and invite everybody. I don't care. Like it doesn't matter. That's what I want.
Actually, the first thing I would do is go to the gym and play basketball with my bros.
Ball up.
And then at night, I'd go out and party.
Ball up pretty hard and then go out and have a hearty meal.
And then I'll go to the gym the next day and then maybe the movie theater. And then the mall, do some shopping.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like it's going to turn into something like, the day before Christmas. the day we let out of here, outside is going to be like the day before Christmas, where literally everybody and the
it's not going
grandma
to
is
be that
going to
way,
be out.
right? Because they're going to open things up so gradually that we'll do like one thing at a time and then another
Cut down
thing
my
at a time.
dreams.
I'm sorry,
Sophie.
that's just the way it is, right?
Yeah.
And people are going to be wary initially, too. A lot of people will be.
Oh,
They're
I
like,
won't.
oh, I know it's okay to go out again, but should I? Like,
Yeah.
I can see people being like that.
Then stay home, Karen.
Alrighty, so do you have Am I the Asshole?
I do. This one's pretty, well, you'll see. Okay. So, am I the asshole for not telling my boyfriend that I don't have a breast? Okay.
That you don't have a breast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a boob.
Oh.
So, I'm honestly heartbroken right now. I, 24 female, am a breast cancer survivor. I've had my left breast removed, and there's just a scar there now. When I go out, I wear silicone padding on my left breast, otherwise it looks very odd and makes me self-conscious. My boyfriend, 23, and I have been in a long-distance relationship for the past 3 years. We had met a couple of times, but we just enjoyed each other's company. He knows I am a cancer survivor, but doesn't know about my breast. I decided to move in with him about a month ago, and we tried to have sex. Okay, so I'm not going to keep reading for 1 second. So that means they were together for 3 years.
Yeah. And
then
she
had
never
sex.
said anything.
But
Okay.
they moved in together before that. Anyway, so that aside, that's crazy, but that aside,
Yeah.
I said tried to have sex, because the moment he laid eyes on my breast, his face went white and he refused to touch me further. He said I had cheated him and that I should have told him earlier about my breast. I told him that I didn't think it was important since he said he loves all of me and that I was beautiful. I'm honestly so conflicted right now and I feel like a whole person. And then there was an edit and it says, I had a talk with him. He says he can't be with me anymore. And he didn't know I was lacking a breast because I looked fine in my pictures. And then the second edit is them clarifying that this post is not fake.
Jesus.
Everyone's the asshole.
No, you know what? I would say he's the asshole. No, definitely he's the asshole. And maybe she should have said something, but it's not an obligation, I think, for her to tell him this. I think he's the asshole. I don't think she's an asshole. I do think she should have told him. She should have had a more in-depth conversation about surviving cancer than, hey, I'm a cancer survivor, and leaving it at that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That she should have discussed what it was and everything. But I don't think she's an asshole for not telling him beforehand.
No, I think that makes her a little bit of an asshole. Like, if he didn't know at all, like, she did not tell him, and she's wearing this thing with her clothes, so he has no reason to know this, right? Not everybody who has breast cancer loses their breast. So she did purposely hide it, I think because she was afraid of what he was going to say, and it had already been 3 years. So at the same time, what did you expect, right? Once they finally were naked in front of each other, right? It would be a bit of a shock, right? It doesn't mean that he acted in the right way saying he was cheated.
Yeah.
There's really bad language about that. But I don't think
she's an asshole, though?
A little bit, yeah. I think he's more of the asshole, but she purposely hid things as well, right?
Right, I guess.
I think this all could have been solved had they just tried to have sex after a couple of weeks.
Yes.
Instead of 3 years later.
Yeah.
And then you would have known right off the bat that she had a mastectomy.
Could you imagine, though, being afraid to tell somebody, right? And everything's going so well, and you just think, well, like, I guess, yeah. I don't know. I
feel like you should tell people fairly upfront, like a few weeks
well,
in.
I guess I tell people I don't have a belly button all the time.
Yeah, nobody cares about that. But, like, what if you told me,
like, one of my testicles was missing?
I feel like that's
Is that
different,
going to be a big deal?
No, like, who cares? I mean, like, I wouldn't really care about the mastectomy either.
No.
But that's just me. But that would have been a good way to sort of filter people out who are shallow
I guess so.
and care more about those things.
You should know. She should have known that how he would have reacted. If they've been dating for 3 years, then maybe at that point she's hiding it for, like, a selfish reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, because she
I
knows
don't-
that she had to have known how he would have reacted to it if they've been together that long.
I don't think it makes her like an asshole. That's not the term that I would use to describe that. You know, he's an asshole.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
Absolutely.
That makes her kind of crappy for not telling him and being upfront about it. It doesn't make her an asshole. I don't like she being malicious.
No.
She was genuinely afraid of how he would have reacted, which
Yeah.
should have been a red flag to begin with.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I don't think she's an asshole either, but I do think she should have said something. Like, she should have told him. At an appropriate time, you know. I guess, yeah, being naked in front of him for the first time, not telling him, is not necessarily the appropriate time for him to find out. You know what I mean? But also, he's a big asshole for saying what he said and
reacting.
in that way.
Yeah, like you're not entitled to her breasts.
No.
No, exactly. Oh, you cheated me out of 2 boobs. How dare you?
Okay.
Yeah.
So, hey, yeah, also, listener, if you want to weigh in on any of these Am I the Assholes, we're more than happy to hear your opinion. That's a big part of why we do it. So, yeah, if you want to leave a comment, go for it. If not, then that's cool too. All right, I think that's been jibber jabbing. Unless there's anything you guys want to add.
No.
No, it's like take care of your mental health. If that means like, you know, having a day where you eat nothing but chips and crap, then that's what that is. And if that means eating healthy and going outside, that's what that is. But check in on your friends. Like if you think maybe one of your friends not doing so well, maybe check in on them. See if they're okay. You know, because everybody's handling this very differently.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Alrighty.
Okay, bye.
Bye.